What we're going to do in this video is build a list of available domain names based on keywords that are important to what our business or organization is. I'm going to show you an example. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to namecheap.com, which is the domain name registrar that I use. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the bulk domain search. And here in the bulk domain, you're able to search for up to 30 domain names at a time. So the example I'm giving here is buildawebsite.com. So I'm just going to search for that. So we can see that this domain name is already taken. But what I want to do is I want to search for a lot of different but related domain names. So what I need to do is I'm going to need to build up a big list that I want to search. So I've opened Microsoft Excel here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the individual words that I think are relevant. So the example that I'm using here is buildawebsite.com, and I'm putting each of those in a different column. So in this video I'm going to use the drag facility in Excel quite a bit. And here I'm putting in some different alternatives. So for example, build our website, build my website, build your website, build their website, or your own. So I'm going to get rid of that. So here are the four I'm going to use. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag the word website down, and I'm going to copy these four here as well. And what I'll do here now is I'm going to use the word site. I've already got 8 different alternatives here. What I'll do now is I'm going to use the word building instead of build, and then I'm going to copy all of these cells here and paste that. So as you can see, very quickly what I'm doing is I'm creating a big list of different domain names that might be available. So this is just using copy and paste and the drag facility in Excel. So another keyword we might want to use is making. And just drag that down. So this is a little bit repetitive, but you can see what I'm doing is I'm just recreating these lists. So eventually we're going to end up with hundreds of websites of domain names that we can check. So now what I'm going to do is take the .com and drag that all the way down. And then the next thing to do is copy all the ones that I've created there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do .org version and .net. So I'll just drag .net down to replace all the .coms, and then just copy and paste this again. .org. So there's a massive list of potential domain names. Now I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it on the desktop. The important thing here is I'm going to save this as a .csv, which stands for comma separated values. So in the save as type, scroll down until you see CSV and save. And don't worry about this warning that comes up here. So now that's saved. It's a text file on my desktop, which is all these domain names separated by commas. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my text editor, Notepad 2, and I'm going to go File, Open, and find that file on my desktop. So now you can see here's all the domain names that I created, and you can see that they've loads of commas all the way through the domains. You can see there's literally hundreds of them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove all the commas from the file. So I'm going to do Edit, Replace. I'm going to type in a comma, leave the Replace with blank, and then click Replace. And this shows you that it's replaced all. So now I can save as. I'm going to make that domainnames.txt. So now I have my really long list of domain names in text format. And I know that on the Namecheap side I can search 30 at a time. I could search these, by the way, on another domain name registrar, but Namecheap is the one that I use for my own domains, so I find it easier to search here so that I can register them immediately. So now I do search, and as you can see, all of these are taken. So what we do is we go back to the text and we copy the next 30 and search these again. And we have one available, two available there. So I'm just going to copy those. Just going to copy those, put them in another text document here. I'm just going to speed up this video a little bit now so that you don't have to sit through, but you can see that what I'm doing here is just what I've been doing, searching for each available domain name as I get it, adding it into the available domains document, and taking each group of 30 domains and searching for them. So you can see there's several available domain names within here. So from our original list of 200 or so domain names, we may end up with 30 or 40 domain names that are all available. And then what we can do is we can sit down and analyze that list and look at which domain names we actually want to purchase based on that. So this is a very good way of searching in bulk and speeding up the whole process of figuring out what your domain names are and what's available and what's not available. So slowing that back down now, you can see that this is a really great way to build up a huge list of domain names very quickly. So now I'm just going to remove the word replace by using the remove the word available by using the search replace feature, and now I'm going to save this as domains available.txt. So you can see that we now have a list of about 60 domain names created originally from a list of 200 or so, and that all came from just 4 words, which was the original domain name idea that we wanted to take and use and build a list from.